I just got dumped, and it was like, I can't go through this. I'm not going to live life like this. I can't let this person control me or this situation control me. I need to get over this, and I need to do it now, because I was so devastated. I was so devastated, and I didn't think I could get through it. And then you came in. It was perfect timing when I saw that Facebook ad. It was like it was meant for me. And so I knew that I needed to do this, and I wasn't going to, I didn't want to go through this anymore. The pain was just unbearable. And what your program did for me was, not only did I get over this person, I mean, I'm so happy that he found her. It was like a blessing. I mean, sometimes I'll look on their Facebook and I'm like, oh my God, they look good together. I didn't belong with him. And I'm like so happy for them, like literally. And this is the person that broke my heart.
Isn't that amazing? Like, again, people think I'm like crazy that they see him now. Like, would you have ever thought, before you and I spoke, would you ever thought you would actually feel like that? Were you actually grateful and you actually appreciate me? Like, you know what? I'm glad they found each other. You never saw that one coming, did you?
No, I never did. I kept thinking, is he going to come back, or what can I do? And in this process, I found myself, is what I found. And sometimes we live our life, we think we have to experience the pain sometimes, and we have to experience a little bit of it to get us to the next state. If I didn't go through this pain, I wouldn't have met you, and then I wouldn't have changed my life completely, because my life changed. It was like I started attracting money for some reason. I guess it was because I was more positive and I was not devastated. So I started attracting money, and I started attracting people in my life that were positive people. And so, I mean, this program did a lot for me because it changed my mindset. It changed, that we're not all going to agree, but, we're not going to agree with each other ever. But we need to know how much we can tolerate and what's our, and we got to if we don't want to deal with someone, we've got to just say, okay, you know what? I don't agree with you. So you know what, let's just leave it there. And if it changes, we can meet later or whatever, but we don't have to tolerate anything. And so that changed me, and it made me so positive. Not only that, I lost weight with this program because I was exercising. And so I started seeing a new me. And so, I mean, it just literally changed my life, because we go through pain and it's like, are we going to stay there? Or what is the pain? How are we going to grow? And the pain, actually, it changed me for the better. It literally changed me. And I would never think that from pain, you're going to gain. I gained from the pain. I literally gained from the pain. I gained self-confidence. I learned to play. I've always played guitar, but I wasn't good. And I wasn't good. I just would just start to play. I play guitar now, and I got up and started singing. So I started singing. I sing at church. I play guitar. Wow. I lost weight, and people are attracted to me. Like, they say I'm so positive. So, and I am. I'm very positive, and I find good in everyone. In every situation, I've found good. I have found a lesson in things that I would never normally do. But your mindset, it makes you grow. I mean, it's like the pain going through this program, it made me grow to the person I become. And I never thought that I could ever be a confident person, literally. I mean, I never felt confident.
Right.
Yeah, and it helped. I mean, everything, it all came together. The program, I mean, the way I feel about myself, I feel amazing, literally. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do have sometimes you're going to have days, but I don't stay there. I don't stay there. I always say that, you know what, tomorrow's a different day. Let's see what the outcome's going to be. And you know what? And it's always different. It's always different. I don't stay there. Before I probably would have stayed in bed. Since I started this, I don't stay in bed at all. I'm eager to get up in the morning. I'm eager to see what the day's going to bring. So, I mean, it changed my way of thinking. It changed my relationship with my children. Because, I mean, like I said, I divorced my husband. And then I had this boyfriend. I mean, it was just like, it was, my whole situation was just, it was horrible. But I'm like, I understand. I always tell everybody, you cannot judge me unless you've walked through my shoes. You cannot, you know, and they understand. It's like my children understand now that they haven't walked in my shoes. And there's two sides to every story. And I'm just positive. I'm literally so positive. This has really helped me. And I got into an online business that I'm starting right now. I started a sign company. I started all this with you.
That's wonderful. That's
So
wonderful.
yeah, I mean, it just pushed me to want to work on myself. And I wasn't a very confident person, but it pushed me to want better. This pain literally changed my life. I mean, it's just like mindset, because it's a mindset. Everything's a mindset. It's what you're going to tolerate. And I wasn't going to tolerate the pain. That's one thing. And I know that it wasn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
It was not easy, but it wasn't easy.
I tell my children, like, don't, just be aware. You're going to work.
Yeah,
Real work.
it's going to work, but it wasn't easy at first. It was not easy.
No mistake.
Yeah. But the more I did the boost, every time I would do it, I felt better. Like literally, there was sometimes I just needed one of the boosts, you know, like, I'm going to meet you at this, or, you're not going to, or whatever. I mean, that's what helped me. I just kept going over it and over it.
That's a discipline. That's the execution.
And by the time I knew, sometimes I was doing 8 miles.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it does help. The rewiring, it does. And it changes everything. Not only that, it's like if my mind, I was asleep and there was like, this woke me up. This pain, going through this woke me up. And I started doing even trading. So everything has, I mean, within this time, right? I've learned so much.
You're like a true dynamo now. Like everything you started on.
Yes. And before I was not confident. I was not a confident person.
You are now. Like everything's a different world.
Exactly. And now I'm wondering, like, what's next, what's going to happen next?
This is just the beginning. I will affirm to you what I told you at the very beginning of the program. This will be the gift of giving. It's funny, Veronica, this conversation ties in so well to a client I just kicked off a few minutes ago. And I told him, I'm not blowing smoke here. This will address everything you're looking for at the core. And the reason why it's going to keep going. And I just want you to know this for you. And this is also valuable for people too, to know as well. The 2 most valuable resources in your life, again, they're actually pretty simple: energy and emotional states. The more you control your emotional states, you make better decisions. When you feel great, you speak great. When you feel great, you make better decisions. All of a sudden, you're starting businesses. You're doing more. You understand? When you feel great, you do things differently. And by the way, I'll make sure this is super clear, Veronica, just for anyone listening here. What you have is actually more powerful than a mindset. You have a conditioning. The conditioning is what gives you that feeling. And again, you feel great, you can do those things. Mindset is not very powerful when you feel like shit. When you feel great, that's when you can actually implement. That's when you can execute. So what you have, which has allowed you to change your whole life. And again, it's funny, I'm listening to the way your answers here, and this is actually my video testimonials. I've actually asked probably the least questions here. You just said everything here. And what's interesting, I'm listening to you, I'm like, people are gonna think she fucking made this shit up, because it's like, and again, I tell them, like, I'm not kidding you. I'll change your whole life because I'll address everything you're looking for at the core. When you can control your emotions, you speak differently to people. When you control your emotions, you have better relationships. You don't say things you shouldn't be saying, doing things you shouldn't be doing. All of a sudden, you have the ambition to try stuff because you feel great. And when you have energy, which this process actually gives you that as a skill, when you control your energy, you have gas in the gas tank. That's when you make your dreams come true. So that's the foundation for everything you're looking for. That's why everything changed for you. I tell people all the time, you might come to me for relationships, but make no mistake, this is gonna have cascading impacts on everything. And it's really awesome to hear you say that, because I mean, like, if anyone listening to this call, they're like, wow, she's playing guitar now, she started an online business, she's trading, everything from fucking ground zero, and here she is. But that's because the process, in a very practical way, literally reconditioned you, rewired you. And as long as you keep doing it, you're going to keep redefining what's possible, because every day you're doing it from a biological perspective, you're literally redefining your potentiality. That's what's fucking awesome. it will be the gift that keeps giving. But the secret for you, as well as anyone else who does this program, is very simple. Remember what I've told you many times. Look how good you're doing. I mean, how awesome is this? You're here like what, 8 weeks later, 7 weeks later at this
Yes.
I mean, you know, you did this in this short a period of time. I mean, wow, how can you not be grateful for what is and simply eager for more? Remember, stay there. That is your gateway to heaven every day. Every day, wake up like, wow, I can't believe I'm on a brand new level. I get to live like this. Grateful for what is, eager for more. And that's what's going to even continue to accelerate you. I have a good feeling probably within a year, Veronica, you're going to have some kind of multi-something $million business.
I hope so. I'm striving.
I have many people do this program that make big money. I had a guy that I worked with in person a couple of years ago. He runs a multi-million-dollar business now. He attributes this program to it. He started from you know, he's a self-made guy, but this was the fuel for that. And all the stuff you're experiencing, you should be pretty excited about this. All that stuff is simply the product of what you've created at a foundational level. But make no mistake, this ain't no fucking mindset. It's conditioning. That's
Yes.
what you feel a certain way. You know, everyone else talks about mindset and limiting this. When you feel great, you're not limited. You don't feel limited. Understand?
Right.
When you feel great, you don't feel limited. It's impossible to have two opposing thoughts at the same time. You can't feel grateful and fearful at the same time. If you feel grateful and powerful, then you make shit happen. Pretty simple. And that's why you're going to keep, this is why this is only the beginning. And yeah, for you, I mean, like I said, people are going to watch this and be like, wow, it sounds too good to be true. But again, I have so many of these at this point, you can't ignore it. So it's like, you know, you have seen enough of these people like you, it's just like everything changed. Wow, this is kind of cool. It's like, you know, eventually it's like, okay, maybe this guy's not blowing smoke. But yeah, it's like, it's funny. When I listen to a person, like, people are going to think like, you know, I gave you a script or something.
Yeah.
So
You didn't script.
you probably went at home. I didn't give you a script.
No, you
Okay.
could hear the kids. I have my grandchildren here. They, I picked them up. My daughter ran late on a meeting and she's like, Mom, can you? And I'm like, are you kidding? And I'm like, I had no choice. I picked them up. I'm like, it's like commotion here. I'm like, when it's usually quiet.
And you know, on that note, this will continue to make you a better mother, a more patient mother, right? More
Yes.
present, more enjoying your time with them, and be able to continue to. You want to talk about a real legacy, Veronica? I mean, you're becoming a true beacon of light for them. What's possible? A real model of relationships. That's a fucking legacy, and that's
Yes.
they're gonna see you, and they're gonna remember. Wow, my mom had all these challenges, but she had a smile on her face, and she rocked and rolled, and she made it happen. I mean, you want to talk about a real model to give your kids? That's it. You should be
Right.
proud of that.